Preface, June 1st, 2022. Last night, I quietly went to Mum's bedside. Her eyes closed, she appeared serene and at peace. Gently, I placed my hand on the blanket, covering her feet and tucked under her elbows. Her head rested on the pillow. Her once rosy mahogany thick hair, now sparse and pure white. A soft rosy glow enhanced her still porcelain skin. She opened her eyes, and upon seeing me she smiled. Those eyes, still a brilliant blue, however somewhat faded, now that she was approaching 99 years old, brightened as she saw me. "Hi, honey," she smiled, and slightly lifted her head. "Hi, Mom." I felt a gentle love for her. "I have a gift for you." She smiled, and her eyes became a bit brighter. "A gift?" "Yes." "Would you like to hear the fireman's story?" "Oh, I would just love that," she beamed. I leaned in closer so she could hear me. Now, June 1957. "Papa, would you tell me the fireman's story?" The Bamagillian trees gracefully flowed in the soft, salty Nova Scotian breeze, coming from the ocean, a couple of 100 feet away beyond the cliff behind Papa's house. We'd walk to the front of the yard, nestled a ways from the dirt road that led to Cape John, about 5 miles away. Rural Nova Scotian farms yielded plenty of generous open fields, soothing hardwood and evergreen wooded areas separating one from his neighbors. Papa's farm was in Melville, Pictou County. We lived about 3 or so miles down the road in River John. Probably my favorite treat in the world was getting to spend time, special time, with my favorite person in the world, my papa. He was Mum's father. Papa smoked his pipe, drank his whiskey or rum, and seemed to take his nourishment from both. And he loved me. "You want to hear the fireman's story again, do you, little Susie?" Everyone called me Susan rather than Aura in those days. "Oh, yes, Papa, I love the fireman's story." We'd made ourselves quite comfy on his lawn chairs under the Bamagillian trees, as it was our favorite spot. That, and in the barn with all the animals. But for today, the warm sun smiled upon us, the breezes cooled us quite nicely. The sheep, goats, cows, and Papa's beautiful horse, Dan Patch, grazed happily in the field on the other side of the long, grassy dirt driveway leading to the road. All was quiet. The sounds of nature played their elegant symphonies, birds chirping, breezes tickling the leaves, creating a soft, rustling, organic percussion, and the occasional baa of a sheep or moo from the cow accented God's song. Off in the distance, somewhere down the road, across the fields, to the neighboring farm, a dog barked his greeting to a passerby. Papa laughed aloud, as he always did, and in his rich Scottish-tinged accent, looking into my eager, excited face, he began the story I loved so much, the story I'd heard 100 times, the story that always made me cry, to which he would smile and reward me with his loving hug. My hands placed on the bed rail, I leaned in so Mum could see me clearly as possible. One night, the wind howled mournfully, the snow swirled round the door, bright light shone through the windows of steamer number 4 as an old man, bent and feeble, stepped in upon the floor. "No tramps allowed," one fireman said. "Just read those rules, they're clear. Clause number 33 on the wall up there permits no loungers here." Then the old man, trembling, said, "You know, it makes me sad and sore. Perhaps you won't believe it, boys, but I once captained 4. A hearty laugh rang through the crowd. One dealt a stinging blow by crying out above the rest, "It's time for you to go." Then again the door swung open. "The captain," someone cried, as a noble-looking fellow stamped his feet, came inside. "Say, you were once the captain here?" The new arrival smiled. "Well, reel us off a yarn or two. Warm yourself the while." "Thanks, that I will," the old man said. "My story's straight and true. Back in the days when men wore shirts of red, not like yours now, blue. Back in the days when men fought fire not for the love of gold, but to gratify a feeling strange and burning in the soul. Well, when I was captain here, we volunteers sat round, just waiting for that bell to ring. We fairly loved the sound. Sure enough, we got our wish. She clanged off 41. Out those same doors we went with horses on the run. I can see the blazing tenements and I can hear the cries on high. Y'all have seen the same sights, boys, but you feared not then to die. Bill the bunker grabbed an axe and I quickly done the same, and up those creaky stairs we went with all our might and main. I missed Bill for a moment, seemed an awful while. Then through the clouds of smoke and flame, Bill handed me a child. "For God's sakes, run," he fairly shrieked. "There's a mother here, I know. Don't wait for me, for I'll get her. It's time for you to go." Yeah, time for me to go, boys. That's why those words struck home. They were the last words poor Bill uttered. For I reached the street alone. "Why, what's the matter, Captain? Does my story make you sad?" "Yes," sobbed the man in the shirt of blue. "Your friend Bill is my dad. As I write this here in my story, for you, for Papa, for Mom, and for me, I'm not able to do it without tears. Honey, thank you. I love that story so much," Mom whispers as I dry my tears and blow my nose. "I could hear it every day. I will tell you again, Mom. And when you go, you ask Papa to tell you. He's here now. He's here with us. And he's smiling. He's waiting for you, his little genie. He will tell you the fireman's story and all of the other stories that you love. He's here?" "Yes, Mom. He's here now." Mom smiled, rested her white head on the pillow, closed her beautiful glistening blue eyes. Later, as I peeked in upon her, she was peacefully asleep, just as I'd seen countless times in the 25 years she'd lived with us. What else can I say? But I trust the journey. Thank you.